scars. People who have seen them ask me what they are. I tell them my cat did it. I don't have a cat. I just don't want them to know the truth. And I hate talking about it. I mean, every time I tell somebody about it, all I get is a huge, why? I can't tell them. I mean, I don't even know. One day I remember I was on a walkathon for nuclear disarmament with my best friend. She told me she was leaving my school, going back to her old school. I mean, what could I do? She'd be missed, we'd keep in touch, but she was the only one I liked there. She didn't depend on me like I depended on her. And it's just a terrible thing to depend on another person. So that night, I went home and told my parents that I wanted to change schools. That she was leaving and there was going to be no one left. And they laughed at me. They told me I was being ridiculous. I wanted to hurt them. I went upstairs, and there in a pastel box was a razor. Tempting, I turned on the music loud, and I tried to think about other things. But the razor's presence was much louder than the music. And so I went over to the box, and I took it and went into the bathroom. It was suddenly very important to me not to make a mess. I mean, I ran the bathwater cold, and fully dressed, I got into the tub. And then I took it, and I drew it across my inner arm, and it hurt, but not enough. And so I did it again, and again, and again. And even though my whole arm was a gory mess, it didn't hurt enough. I wasn't dead. I heard a knock at the door, and my mom came in, and she pulled me right out of the tub and threw some towels on me. She went to go get my dad. They both came in, and they started screaming at me. You have so much to live for. You are healthy, you have a family that loves you, and school is just such a small thing. The ambulance came, and even though I was completely calm, they sedated me and took me to a mental ward in Bellevue. I spent 2 days there. 2 days. And when I got back, I started seeing my therapist again. And even he bothered me about how much I had to live for. It didn't matter to me how much I had, or how well off I was. All I knew was that I just didn't want to live this life. So, when anybody ever sees the scars on my arms, I tell them my cat scratched me. Because telling the truth is just picking scabs.